First on the field, the Raiders and the Buccaneers are taking to the field, so let's head out to Tampa, where Kevin Harlan and Rich Gannon are standing by. Gentlemen.
Happy holidays, everyone, from beautiful Tampa, Florida, under sunny skies with 70-degree temperatures as the Oakland Raiders take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And after jumping out to a 9-3 start, the Buccaneers have lost their last 3. Tampa Bay will look to right the ship today, needing a win and some good fortune to get into the playoffs for John Gruden. Raider Nation is smiling again after last week's win against the Houston Texans. Today, they'd like nothing more than to sack the Bucs and dance on their playoff dreams. It is a very simple formula for the Buccaneers to make the playoffs. They need to win today, and they need Dallas to lose at Philadelphia later today. It all serves as the backdrop for the NFL's final regular season weekend. Hi again, everyone, with former NFL MVP Rich Gannon, Kevin Harlan. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, let's see. We talked about Tampa Bay beginning 9-3, 3 straight December losses. Why the collapse here when it matters the most in the season?
Well, Kevin, a once proud Buck defense has broken down the last 3 weeks, and now their playoff hopes are hanging in the balance. It all started with Carolina rushing for almost 300 yards against them, followed by another 175 from Atlanta. And then last week, it was Phillip Rivers' turn. He threw for 4 touchdowns. This defense right now is reeling, and they are not playing with very much confidence.
I know you've watched a lot of tape this week on the quarterback for the Buccaneers, Jeff Garcia. What do you see when you watch it?
Well, he's not your prototypical NFL quarterback by any means. He's not the biggest guy. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He's 38 years old, but he somehow finds a way to get the job done. And the one thing he's not lacking is toughness. This guy is a fabulous competitor. The thing I like about him, he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. He gives his team a chance to win, Kevin, each and every time out.
Now let's bring our attention to the Oakland Raiders. This is a team which comes in with 4 wins today. They have a new coach, an interim coach in Tom Cable, who took over after week 4 when they fired Lane Kiffin. 3-8 under Cable. That all being said, the Raiders, Rich, think they are making progress as the season goes on. Do you think they're making progress?
There's no question. They certainly are. I think it's with their younger players. You look at a player like Justin Fargas. He's been their most productive and consistent player so far this season. I know if there's a back in the game who runs as hard as he does. And then it's Russell. He's starting to figure things out as well. He had maybe his best game in last week's win over Houston, throwing for 2 touchdowns and a spectacular 128 quarterback rating.
Well, we just saw that pass right there to Johnny Lee Higgins. There are a lot of emerging offensive stars on this Raider offense, but maybe at the very top of that list is this young receiver, Johnny Lee Higgins.
Well, Tampa Bay is concerned about Johnny Lee Higgins, so much so that they spent extra time this week working on their coverage units. Higgins leads the Raiders with 6 touchdowns, including 3 by way of punt return. He scored 2 touchdowns again last week. He definitely has the attention of John Gruden and the Buccaneers.
All right, we've set the table. Right now, let's take a look at our tools to victory today, brought to you by the Home Depot.
Well, the battlefield position is always critical, especially when you're up against the league's best punter, Pro Bowler Shane Leckler. Nobody's better at pinning you back like this guy. And Antonio Brown, he's been on a roll the last 3 weeks, hauling in 23 passes for 435 yards. Garcia must find a way to get him the ball early.
And all that being said, what about your keys today?
Oakland has simplified things offensively the last few weeks, and it seems to have helped their production. Simple is sometimes better, and for Tampa Bay, it's not hard to figure out. You take care of business today against the Raiders and hope that Philly can do the same versus the Cowboys.
And for more Home Depot player stats, log on to CBSSports.com. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a very important game taking on the Oakland Raiders. Coming up your way next on CBS.